Welcome to the SPSS learning tutorial. This is Shakil Ahmed. In today's tutorial, we learn how to perform a linear regression analysis in SPSS. The basic purpose of performing a linear regression is to see the causal effect relationship between two or more variables, where one variable is taken as dependent and the remaining variables are taken as independent. The linear regression model assumes certain conditions on its error term. The first is the error term is normally distributed with mean 0 and a constant variance. This is assumed that the random error term has zero mean, conditional zero mean, and a constant variance. And we start with a simple linear regression. The simple linear regression means that there is only one dependent variable and only one predictor or independent variable in the model. We start from the option of analysis and then regression and then linear regression. We have a box for dependent variable. We take the student score in subject A as our dependent variable and the age of students as an independent variable, and then we need to compute estimates of the regression coefficient. Basically, we are computing the intercept and the coefficient of age of students. And model fit, this provide the value of R square and the test of diagnostic that the model is overall model is significant or not. You can also compute descriptive statistics and collinearity in case of more than one independent variable, which we will perform in next session, in upcoming session. For now, we just continue, and you can also see on the option to include or exclude any cases with missing value. You can also see the plots with residuals as the y and the predicted values as the standardized predicted values as the x. You can also see the histogram to check the normality and normal probability plot to check the normality of the standardized residuals plot, and then click on OK, and then OK. You will see the output of linear regression model. The column of model summary provides the value of R square for the full model and the simple model with intercept only, and this is the adjusted R square, which is very small, and this standard error of the estimates, which is value of sigma hat, which is obtained by dividing the sum of square of residual by the degree of freedom n minus 2, as there are two parameters in the model. And this is ANOVA, which is used to check whether the full model is significant or not. This means that beta 1 is equal to 0. We compare the full model with the intercept only model in this analysis of variance table. The p-value is insignificant, showing that the null hypothesis is rejected, accepted that beta 1 is equal to 0. As there is only one regressor in our model, so the null hypothesis will be H naught beta 1 is equal to 0, and the null hypothesis accepted that the model is not significant. And the coefficients beta naught and beta 1, this is intercept and it is the coefficient of age of student, and this is the standard error of the beta naught, and this is the standard error of beta 1, and this is standardized beta, and this is the t value and is the p value. This also shows that the beta 1 is equal to 0, that the estimated coefficient is not significant, uh, means the age of student has no impact on student score. We can say that the student score does not affected by the age of student. And this is the residual statistic. You can see the predicted values, minimum, maximum, and mean and standard deviation. And this is this residual. Minimum residual is -3, and the maximum residual is 29, and the mean is 0, which fulfills the assumption that the mean of residual is 0. Mean error is 0, and this is the standard error of the residual. And this is the histogram of the standardized residual, which shows almost to normal, and the pp plot also shows the indicates the normality of the standardized residual. And the scatter plot between standardized residual and the predicted values shows that the variable is the variation in, and the data does not depend on the predictor in the model, meaning that there is no heteroscedasticity in the model. So these are all the uh, model summary and the model diagnostic for a linear regression with single predictor. We now run a linear regression model with two predictors. We add the predictor student score in subject B as another predictor or independent variable in the model, and then check for the values. We can also check for the collinearity diagnostic, which is used to check whether there is a multicollinearity between the variables or not. Then click on the continue and then OK. You will see the another model. The r square value is now 2.238, and the r square value is 0.056 for the null model, and this is the adjusted r square value, which is negative, which is not a good sign, as the r square value should always be in positive. And the ANOVA also suggests that the model is not significant, meaning that beta 1 and beta 2 both are equal to 0. Basically, ANOVA suggests that the two coefficients beta 1 and beta 2 is equal to 0. Then accepting h naught is indicates that the two coefficients are not significantly different from 0. And this table gives the coefficients and standardized coefficients and their standard error and the t values and the p values and the variance inflation factor. The variance inflation factor indicates that there is a multicollinearity between the variable or not. If the VIF value is greater than 10, then we conclude that there is a multicollinearity between the two variables. This is collinearity diagnostic, This also suggests that there is no multicollinearity between the variables, but the variance inflation is enough to check for the multicollinearity between the independent variables, which one variable is age of student and the another variable is student score in subject B, and we can see that for both variables the VIF values are smaller than 10, so there is no multicollinearity between the variables. And this is again the histogram for the standardized residual, and this is also the PP plot again for the standardized residual, which also indicate that the error is normally distributed, and this value indicates, the scatter plot indicates that there is no relationship between the predicted values and the regression standardized residual. This indicates that the error term is homostochastic. This is not the error in the data does not depend on the value of the predictor. So this was multiple linear regression with this one predictor and two predictor. In next videos we learn about the demi variables and the log linear and linear log models, and then we discuss the non-linear regression models in detail. Thank you for watching the video and subscribing the channel.